my name is Abby Lynch, and I'm the Teen Services Librarian here at the Brookfield Library, back for another week of Teen Book Talks. I missed my video last week due to all of our closures and power outages because of the tropical storm. I hope everyone made it through okay, and that your power is restored and that you're doing all right. If anybody is looking for a place to charge their phone or device, we do have a charging station out on our patio right now. That's available for use while we are open, and you can also use the Wi-Fi from the parking lot. So even though we can't welcome you in quite yet to the building, there's still ways that you can come use the library if you need to with all these outages. Last week was also supposed to be the end of Teen Summer Reading, but I was unable to send a reminder. So I'm going to extend the deadline to put in a response. So if you haven't responded with your 5 challenges from each list to our Teen Summer Reading program, you can find that information on our website and you can submit, and everyone who completed 5 reading challenges and 5 activities challenges will win a small prize. So I look forward to hearing what challenges you did over the summer. For the book talks this week, I'm going to do another new book roundup. We just got another big box of books in, so there's plenty of new teen books here for us to give out to you, and the ones that I've selected today, many of them are also available on Hoopla as well, so you'll see those as we go along. So without further ado, let's get started. The first book today is Kent State by Deborah Wiles. You are a student in America. You are protesting a war, or maybe you're just walking to class. The National Guard is called to your campus. Imagine you are a young guardsman. The protests grow stronger. So does the confusion, the chaos, the fear. The guardsmen open fire. Imagine this is your school. Imagine this is your town. Imagine this is your country. Imagine American troops firing on American students. Imagine the 4 students who died. No, remember the 4 students who died, because all of this happened on May 4th, 1970 at Kent State University in Ohio. All of this happened. Now we need to talk about it, because if we don't talk about it, it will happen again. Deborah Wiles' Kent State is an astonishing reckoning with the events of May 4th, 1970, told in many voices at many angles to better reach the very human truth of what occurred and to show that underneath every tragedy, we must find a call to action. And this book, Kent State, is also available on Hoopla as an audiobook. I'm just going to show you the interior because it is a novel in verse here. So if you're a poetry fan or you're looking for something that I don't necessarily think it's an easy read because of the topic, but there's not a ton of words to digest anyway. So I love Deborah Wiles. She also has this great series called the 60s Trilogy, and I've read 2 of the 3 of those. I think she's really good at engaging with history and highlighting stories that maybe you didn't know about from history. So that's Kent State by Deborah Wiles. The next book is In the Role of Brie Hutchins by Nicole Melleby. Introducing Brie Hutchins, soap opera superfan, aspiring actor, and so-so student at her small Catholic high school. Brie has big plans for 8th grade. She's going to be the star of the school play and convince her parents to let her go to the performing arts high school. But when Brie's mom walks in on her accidentally looking at some possibly inappropriate photos of her favorite actress, Brie panics and blurts out that she's been chosen to crown the Mary statue during her school's Mary crowning ceremony. Brie's mom is distracted with pride, but Brie's in big trouble. She has not been chosen. No one has. Worse, Brie has almost no chance to get the job, which it always goes to a top student. Desperate to make her lie become truth, Brie turns to Kennedy, the girl everyone expects to crown Mary. But sometimes just looking at Kennedy gives Brie butterflies. Juggling her confusing feelings with the rapidly approaching May crowning, not to mention her hilarious non-star turn in the school play, Brie navigates truth and lies, expectations and identity, and how to finally make her mother really see her as she is. And this is also available as an ebook on Hoopla. I love that cover. I think that's really a great cover. I love the colors. So that's In the Role of Brie Hutchins by Nicole Melleby. Our next book is Geese Are Never Swans, which was created by Bryant and written by Ava Clark. Now, we've gotten quite a few books in that were created by Kobe Bryant, and they're all sports related, and people really seem to like them. So this is a little bit different. The other ones have sort of a fantasy element, and this is realistic fiction. But if you've liked some of those other books created by Kobe Bryant, you might be interested in this one as well. Gus's life is about one thing: swimming. He is determined to make it to the Olympics, and he knows the only coach in town who can get him there is Coach Marks. So it seems like a simple plan. Convince Coach Marks to train him. Everything from there on in is just hard work, and Gus has never been afraid of hard work. But there are a few complications. For one thing, Coach Marks was Danny's coach. Danny, Gus's older brother, died by suicide after failing to make the national swimming team, a big step on the way to the Olympics. And for another thing, Gus and Danny didn't exactly get along when Danny was alive. Gus never liked living in Danny's shadow, and that shadow has grown even longer since Danny's death. In this powerful novel about the punishing and the healing nature of sports, Gus's rage threatens to swallow him at every turn. He's angry at his brother, his mother, his coach, even himself. But as he works through his feelings and towards his goal, Gus does everything he can to channel his anger into excelling at the sport that he and Danny both loved, finding solace in the same place he must face his demons, the water. And this one, Geese Are Never Swans, is also available as an ebook on Hoopla. The next book I was going to save for closer to election season, but we just had our election last week too, so it's still pretty topical, and that's The Voting Booth by Brandy Colbert. Marva Sheridan was born ready for this day. She's always been driven to make a difference in the world, and what better way than to vote in her first election? Duke Crenshaw is done with this election. He just wants to get voting over with so he can prepare for his band's first paying gig tonight. Only problem, Duke can't vote. When Marva sees Duke turned away from their polling place, she takes it upon herself to make sure his vote is counted. She hasn't spent months doorbelling and registering voters just to see someone denied their right. And that's how their whirlwind day begins. Rushing from precinct to precinct, cutting school, waiting in endless lines, turned away time and again, trying to do one simple thing: vote. They may have started out as strangers, but as Duke and Marva team up to beat a rigged system and find Marva's missing cat, it's clear that there's more to their connection than a shared mission for democracy. Romantic and triumphant, The Voting Booth is proof that you can't sit around waiting for the world to change. But some things are just meant to be. And this is available as an ebook and an audiobook on Hoopla, so you've got both options there. The last book today is a new graphic novel called Astronauts, Women on the Final Frontier by Jim Ottaviani and Maris Wicks. And I think I'll just show you some of the interior pages so you can get an idea of the art style. I feel like this type of style is really friendly for a lot of people who are graphic novel fans, that bright colors and kind of cartoony style. The US may have put the first man on the moon, but it was the Soviet space program that made Valentina Tereshkova the first woman in space. It took years to catch up, but soon NASA's first female astronauts were racing past milestones of their own. The trailblazing women of Group 9, NASA's first mixed-gender class, had the challenging task of convincing the powers that be that a woman's place is in space. But they discovered that NASA had plenty to learn about how to make space travel possible for everyone. So this is, based on true story, and it's in a really great art style. So this one, unfortunately, is not available electronically as of right now, but you can put our paper copy on hold for curbside pickup. In fact, all of the books today, even the ones that I mentioned are available online, we have physically in the library, so you can place holds to pick them up curbside. So that's always an option. Going forward, this will be my last video for August, but starting in September, I'm hoping to move to a bi-weekly schedule. So we'll do new books one week and then another topic the other week. And in the meantime, if you are still looking for recommendations while there's no videos coming out, you can always put in a request for a customized, personalized reading list. The form is on our website, and you tell me a little bit about what you like to read, and I come up with a list of some suggestions for you that you can pick up curbside or view online, your preference. So that's it for this week. I look forward to seeing your summer reading forms come in. I look forward to getting some personalized reading requests, and I will see you with another Teen Book Talk in September. Have a good day.